This Clashmas, the best troop is the Ram Rider. So let's break down the best attack strategy you can use with this event troop to 3-star every base. Let's first explore why the Ram Rider is actually so good. Compared to last year's Clashmas, the Ram Rider got a massive HP buff, moving her from only having 2,300 HP to having over 3,000 HP at max level, while still doing great damage. Now, comparing these stats to that of the Super Hog Rider, the Ram Rider is basically just a better Super Hog with more HP, more DPS, and all that for the same housing space. Now, with the best build for each hero in this attack, let's start with the Barbarian King, where I recommend running the Spiky Ball and Earthquake Boots, as it not only opens the base up, but can also deal massive damage around him. If you lack the Spiky Ball, you could always run the Gauntlet for more tanking, or the Rage Vial if you lack any epic equipment. Now for the Archer Queen, you will want to run her Magic Mirror and Healer Puppet combo thanks to its high DPS and healing, which can make it a very solid abilities combo whenever she is removing defenses inside the base. You can additionally use the Frozen Arrow if you lack the Magic Mirror, or you can use the Invisibility Vial if you don't have any epics for her. The Grand Warden is pretty simple, as all you want to use is the Eternal Tome and Healing Tome thanks to the invincibility and the healing from both tomes. This is going to be great because the Ram Riders have 3,000 HP, so they can fully take advantage of the Healing Tome. Finally, we have the Royal Champion, where I heavily recommend the new Electro Boots with the Haste Vial. This is a super strong combo that works really well whenever the Royal Champion is within the base with your army. If you don't have access to the Electro Boots just yet, you can also use the Haste Vial and Hog Puppet combo, or if you're at Town Hall 14 even, the Hog Puppet and Seeking Shield combo, which can all work pretty dang well. Now that you have the best build for each hero, let's break down this army by starting with the Hero Dive. Within this army, you need to set a funnel in order to have your king and queen enter the base. Using troops like the Yeti or the Cookie Seasonal Troop allows you to set a funnel on 2 different sides in order to get your king and queen into the base. You should follow this up by using the Log Launcher to open a lane for your heroes, while also supporting your heroes with an Apprentice Warden and Ice Golem. I also recommend using one Earthquake spell to damage the walls for the Log Launcher, so that way those walls can open faster and you can get deeper into the base with your heroes. Once you have your king and queen though around the core, you can start to use your king's Spiky Ball and Earthquake Boots if you have that equipped in order to open any walls within the core. And you also can do massive burst damage within the core with that set of abilities. As for your queen, you can either use her ability a little bit later, or you can use it alongside your king, but this will allow you to pair her ability with an invisibility spell to protect her and her clones, while also providing a rage spell to boost their DPS even further. Now, sometimes your king might wander onto the outside, and even if that happens, you can still use the Spiky Ball and Earthquake Boots to open up a large area, do a ton of damage, and still get great value. This should allow you to cut down a pretty large chunk of the base, which makes using the Ram Riders pretty much a cakewalk. With the Hero Dive removing key defenses and creating pathing, it's time to send in your Ram Riders. With all of them sent in with the Warden and Royal Champion to provide support, you should be using an early heal spell in order to keep your Ram Riders moving as they work around the base. From there, you want to use your Warden's Eternal Tome and Healing Tome to move through the core of the base. This will work even if the Town Hall is still up, regardless if you need to deal with the Town Hall Poison or not. Additionally, any leftover rage spells can be used with the Ram Riders and heroes to boost their damage further as they move around the base. This should leave you with free spells to be used over splash damage defenses and a back-end heal spell to top off your Ram Riders and heroes as they work into the back end of the base. This should let you finish the base off pretty quickly and let your heroes and Ram Riders clean up the rest of the base for a 3-star. Now that you know how each part of this army works, let's give you the army composition based on the housing space at each town hall level. You can find the links for all of these down in the description for your town hall level, but this will include the troops, spells, CC composition, as well as the best hero equipment and pets to run. Now, if you made it this far in the video, you should know how each part of this army functions. So it's time to see how all of that comes together to really form an unstoppable army. Now we're going to look at this from a Town Hall 16 perspective with the Town Hall Poison, as this can definitely still be an issue. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with 2 cookies on either side in order to set the funnel. The reason we're using cookies is their damage is insane. They one-shot everything. This way, we can use our Electro Titan, the Apprentice Warden, the Log Launcher, and even the Ice Golem to start opening walls and start moving our heroes deep into the base. This is a pretty hefty kill squad featuring just the heroes. This allows us to deal with an enemy CC with no issues, while also still getting fantastic value from our Log Launcher and our heroes. This way, we're able to open up a really nice lane, deal with the enemy CC troops, and use something like our King Spiky Ball and Earthquake Boots to open up a large area. Having the Queen with her Magic Mirror and Healer Puppets, while also using that invisibility spell, will allow us to get a lot more value. This is going to allow us to get really deep into the base and possibly even to remove the Town Hall, while the Queen is just dealing so much damage with her cloned queens to be able to easily clear a ton of value. This then really is just going to leave your Ram Riders to clear through the back end part after your heroes. So, like I said, with those heroes just doing a ton of damage, you can pretty much send in your Ram Riders at that point. You've got some Hog Riders to provide a little bit of control, which can definitely help. And that way you have your Royal Champion and your Warden moving in. An early heal spell is always really nice. You definitely want to use the Warden's Eternal Tome and Healing Tome around the core. And that way you can actually just start finishing off the rest of the base with all of your leftover spells, like the Rage spell to really boost their damage and movement speed, while also having that back end heal spell to provide a ton of support for the rest of your Ram Riders and your heroes. And overall, as even though you might not have any cleanup in an army like this, you should have more than enough Ram Riders and more than enough time for you to very easily 3-star with this strategy. Now, with Ram Riders actually being really darn good, you really won't need to use any of the other Clashmas troops this year. But if you do want to check out another easy army that doesn't even need any of the event troops or spells, check out this Hydra guide right here to master an easy army.